What's up, guys? Punch here. We're going to be talking about a mod build pick for Gray, the Huntress. So, talking about Gray, pretty much is an firepower, and her specialty is basically not only doing damage, but revealing targets on the field. So, if they're trying to run away, or they're trying to hide themselves in a bush, or if they're going invisible like Kaigen, or Nyx, or Pup, you could always reveal them and just kill them as fast as you can. For her Tracer Bolt, we're going to be using Hunt Them Down, and that's a 2 cost for energy. Deals 3 additional damage if the target is tracked. And the reason why I use this the most is because it's just more beneficial. I mean, you do 37 damage instead of doing the 34 damage, and it's only a 2 cost. So you can use Barbed Tip that does gain 3 energy, but I mean, you don't necessarily need it. And high-powered bolts is pretty good because of Pierce, but as I said, you're not able to do damage to the second person. You're just able to track them, which is also a good thing. But like I said, you're dishing a lot of damage, and you're being able to track them on the same go. Catch Ascent, I didn't really care much for either. Hitting a target with Tracer Bolt reduces the cooldown by Hawk Drone by 1 because Hawk Drone's cooldown is 2 turns. That's not long at all. And you're not going to be using it a whole lot either. So, her Hawk Drone is pretty much straightforward. You don't really necessarily need to have Catch Ascent waste energy like that, because it's a 3 energy cost to use it, instead of just using 2 energy cost and get 3 additional damage with Hunt Them Down. And as you're seeing right now, we're going to be talking about the Hawk Drone, and for this one, infrared enhancement is the attack invisible enemies. So here's the reason why I use this the most. Vicious is alright, because it does 4 damage. So instead of 12 damage, it does 16. However, most 9 times out of 10, you will go and be in a match where everybody is going to be invisible 1 time. Whether they're running away from low health, whether they're just trying to wait for an ambush, or they're trying to, just hide because that's just how their player is. Like Nyx, for example, Soccer Suit, Pup's Proud Protocol, Kaigen's, his Smoke Bomb ability, and so on. And they're going to be invisible. So what this allows is you to do damage while they're invisible, instead of just throwing out a drone and not seeing anything. So if you spot them, not only do you have vision of who they are or where they're at, but you do 12 damage to them, though it's very small as you might think, but it's a huge benefit in being able to catch them off guard with that Hawk Drone. Like I said, Vicious is the other one that I would only choose other than infrared enhancement, only because you get that 4 additional damage. I don't care much for the increased range with composite material, and Eye in the Sky with the radius is pretty big. You don't need it that big either. So the 2 costs for Hawk Drone infrared enhancement is definitely what I would go for. Her third ability, with the Tranquilizer Darts, we're going to be doing double darts for this one. As an additional dart, reduces energy gain by 3 per dart and the range by 1. It's a 3 cost. Here's the thing, however. Each dart weakens and slows. I mean, not weakens and slows. It weakens and reveals. So, you have 2 darts. There are 2 people. 2 people that can do a lot of damage. You weaken them both, you reveal them both, and if you use Tracer Bolt, you're doing 37 damage to one of them. I use double dart mostly because when I'm in a firefight, I guess in a firefight you could say, dealing with firepowers, is that they're going to do a lot more damage than possibly you are. So why not level the playing field? Hit them with a tranquilizer dart before they use it, and do less damage to you or other people on your team. As well as doing 3 more damage with your Tracer Bolt mod that gives you 37 damage in total. So when they're tracked, they're already weakened. Just hit them with the Tracer Bolt. And that's the whole reason why I use double dart. You can use the other ones like Overdose that slows, which is pretty good. Energy Field that gains 3 additional on hit, that's okay. Adrenal Overload is alright too for granting Might and Unstoppable. The only problem I have with Adrenal Overload is that you are not a support. You can support your allies if you so desire, but a 3 cost that gives you Might and Unstoppable for your allies, that I don't recommend it, because you're a firepower that is trying to weaken, reveal, and dish out damage to the enemy team as best as you can. You have a scouting tool, which is your drone, and you have a damage dealer, which is your tracer bolt. Those are the 2 biggest things you have. So Tranquilizer Dart is just another tool that you could use that could benefit you and your allies more in the game. So Double Dart is the best mod I could think of for that. Her dash, you don't need really a mod. I just threw in Thrilling Escape, which gains 5 extra energy when used. It's a 1 cost, you get 5 additional energy, and that's pretty much it. Otherwise, you don't even necessarily need a mod for that one, because that's just how it is. Her dash is a dash. All she does is use to escape with her Hawk drone, and that's pretty much it. You can do Unseen Huntress, which makes you invisible, or even Shelter, gain 20 shield, but like I said, that's a waste of just energy. So throwing in like a 1, or not even a 1, and doing none, I mean, all you're doing, like I said, is dashing away. Her ultimate, Voltaic Cage, does 22 damage. I use Zapper, increase damage by 3, so it's 25. Instead of only rooting them, you're doing 25 damage to anybody who passes through the Voltaic Cage ultimate. Why do I use this? Relentless, uncast, resets the, I think the Hawk drone. Just a minute. For some reason, I've had like messed up things with the mouse and stuff, and it sometimes doesn't work. But the main reason why I use it is because you do more additional damage, and honestly, that is more beneficial for you than something else, because her ultimate is not that big in damage. All it does is root, and all it does is stop people from chasing your teammates. Yeah, resets the cooldown of Hawk Drone. That's a 3 cost, Relentless. I don't like that at all. It's just too much. Prison roster, enemies inside the cage are revealed. That's alright for a 1. And then Caught in the Web, increased range, Voltaic Cage by 1. I don't care much for that. So the 3 damage just seems more, I guess, common sense really than anything else. But I mean, like I said, this is just based off what I've gone through playing Gray. But anyway, guys, just take this as a grain of salt. This is the best build I've gone with so far for Gray, and to be honest, it's been working quite well. Hope you like this match coming up, and we'll have some fun. So, just as a disclaimer, I wanted to tell you guys that because the matchmaking is really messed up right now in live, I had to do this at a bot match. So, bear with me. This is still kind of like how it's supposed to be like as you play in PvP. But the entire aspect of playing with Gray is to do as much damage as you can, as well as aid your teammates in the location of where they're going to go. For example, Meridian can't really go anywhere, so he's basically stuck. Though, as I said, this is a bot match. It's still fairly accurate as to what Ray can do. Especially on Hyperforge. This is the brand new map that they recently released a while ago. Not like a while ago, but you know, it's pretty recent. And there's quite a places to go and hide yourself. There's a lot of bushes. Like Blackburn on the left-hand side of the map there, and Oz up above in the left-hand corner where the health is. And as you see in there, I did Tracer Bolt, which did 46 damage. The only reason why I did that much damage is because I had Might. And the catalyst for Gray, which I didn't mention before, was what a lot of people like to use is something called Recall, which is, it's not like Shift to where you teleport 8 spaces or 4 spaces anymore. Instead, it teleports to the nearest location of your ally, which is very far. And I would use that for the teleportation. The preparation one, I would probably go with Second Wind. I decided critical shot because obviously you want that might damage. And it's fairly nice to have when you're trying to finish off people. Her what's it called? Blast Phase Catalyst. That probe could be useful in obviously locating where they could be. You could also use Chrono Surge to make them obviously have slowed, so they can't really move anywhere, but then you'd risking yourself having to be so close to them. You could, I think it would be, I can't remember the other one, but I think you could use Unstoppable. That'd be a decent one. But Probe is pretty much the one I used for Gray and the Catalyst there. As I said, mainly she is there to dish a lot of damage and to obviously show location to where the enemy could be at. Now, using Tranquilize Dart, obviously you're slowing them and revealing them, or not slowing them and revealing them, you're weakening them and revealing them. So, you're guaranteeing, or not really guaranteeing, but bettering your chances of your teammates to survive a huge hit from her and her ultimate, or basic ability, or even from being killed. So, using that doesn't mean it stacks, it's just I had used it for her because there's nobody else. So, Gray is mainly just using Tracer Bolt and her Hawk Drone and her ultimate when she gets it. And every time you use Tracer Bolt, it reveals for 2 turns, and it does 37 damage. But I hope you do like the video, guys. I'll end it here from commentary and let the game play out. Sorry it wasn't a PvP match, but because the game's been kind of slow the last couple of days, as far as I'm aware, and with some trouble with the servers, finding PvP is pretty difficult for myself personally. So I'm hoping to update my stuff and to get a PvP match and do some more mod build picks. Anyway, guys, if you liked the video, give it a like. If not, I'll see y'all later.
You can run, but you can't hide. Bagged and tagged. Empowered.
My resolve wanes.
Pride goes before the fall.
Thrill of the hunt.
Rush from on high.
Let me take a snapshot. We live to fight another day. I'm breaking the bank.
Follow the scent. Bagged and tagged. Tagged.
Let me light the way.
So close, yet so far.
Accept your fate.
Let me show you how it's done.
Maximum attack.
How are you feeling, killer?
Fate intervenes.
It's a party. Have some punch.
I am the hunter. You are the prey. There is no stopping me.
Picking up where the lesson left off.
Fantastic. Whatever it takes to run down my prey. The blood price.
Fill him with holes! Live in darkness.
I'll give you a head start. There is no stopping me.
Victory!